Welcome to another episode of Action Martial Arts Magazine TV. I'm here with my lovely co-host, KJ Kordick.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, KJ. And tonight's guest, we have Grandmaster Jessie Bowen. Hello, Jessie. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. This is great.
I'm super excited. So this is my second interview with Jessie, and it did well. And now it's our first interview as me and Ross are partners for Action Martial Arts Magazine TV. So I'm super excited. So Jessie, before we dive into all the good stuff about what you're doing, why don't you give people a little bit of your background? I know you're a Grandmaster. You also have another title, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. So why don't we give everyone the skinny on who you are before we dive into everything else.
Okay, great. Now, I'm a 10th degree black belt, been studying the martial arts, coming up on 50 years. I'm an event promoter. I've done the Durham Karate Championship for 39 events. I ran the AMA Nationals for about 28 events. Ran a school in Durham and North Carolina, and I've been on staff at Duke University for about 29 years. I'm a speaker, author. I've done about 30 books that I've produced on the martial arts, personal development training, sports performance training. And, it's a great honor this year. We have the opportunity of producing Sifu Goldberg's book for the 5th book. So this is book number 5, and great opportunity sharing the stories. My focus right now is publishing. I'm still teaching in the martial arts, but my focus is actually in the publishing and telling the legacies and the stories, and not only in martial arts but also Christian books. You name it. If there's a story, we're trying to tell it. We have a magazine, which is the Martial Arts Extraordinaire Magazine. And we just launched our TV show, which is Elite Publications Worldwide TV. So, been around, done a lot, truly blessed all these years to have done that and still, moving forward, trying to make the world a better place.
And where can people find the Elite Publication TV?
Well, they can, on their Roku, they can download the app, and that is Elite Publications Worldwide TV. They can download the app. We also have a website, so they can go to the website, and that is www.elitepublicationsworldwidetv.com. So they can go online, or again from their TV, they can utilize the app to visit there. We have a lot of great things going on. We've got a lot of great plans for the upcoming year of having martial artists that have their own channel on our channel, which, of course, they can do pay-per-view. They can do a lot of opportunities that haven't been available for them before. And plus, we're tying the magazine in to market them. So how do we get people to know more about the martial arts so they can get involved is create a marketing program that can get their name out there and become a brand.
Nice. And that's very important, right? I mean, that's what we're doing. We got the Sports Kickboxing Network, and it's on Roku. And I know I have a big audience on Roku. So please, people, I know how you're watching me on the Sport Kickboxing Network, Action Martial Arts TV. We're a channel on the network, similar to what we're doing. So you have to basically go to the Roku and then download the app, and that's how you can see Jessie's channel. So that's super exciting. Because Roku is kind of, to me, I find that social media is below Roku. It's a huge step up. It's not quite cable, but it's, the next best thing. And it's a lot bigger than social media. I mean, and the distance you get, worldwide off of the Roku, it just puts you on another level. So I'm excited for your new channel. And, of course, we're going to support you and all that good stuff. So, Ross, why don't you start off with some cool questions?
Jessie, when did you first get into publishing?
Well, I started publishing, I don't know, probably around 84, 85. when publishing was a job. And I really, computers are just coming out. Word is just coming out. Digital cameras just coming out. And our first publication was really a notebook for our students. And we did the digital camera, did all the photographs, put them in there. And all the students had was a notebook. And because everyone had to have a notebook, so we created a notebook with all their techniques, and they could add their other documents in. I've always been about education and keeping information. What's the best way to train someone so they could have a memory system of what they did in class? So we created these different notebooks at the different levels. And then I was hired at Duke University to start their martial arts program. And so they accepted our notebook as a part of physical education. And so every student had to have a copy of the notebook. And then, we went on and got involved into public speaking, into doing seminars. And I wrote a lot of different, books on personal development training. And of course, back in 2015, we published a book, Who's Who in the Martial Arts. And that book really changed our whole life. And because it made it easier to be able to do it, you didn't have to buy, 100 books, 500 books. It was actually print on demand. And we started the AMAA Who's Who in the Martial Arts awards banquet that supported the book. Here we are, 10 books, getting ready to go to 11 books. Later, we are now an international publishing company, basically from discovering what is important to people now. And that is their legacy, their story. So, we have actually started an online museum, a metaverse museum, where we are now, our inductees are now featured in the museum, which has a website. They can go through VR glasses. I generally have mine on my table here. But that's the innovative thing about where we are now. There's so many different options. I don't have it up here. So many different options that we can utilize, and with technology. And that's what we're trying to do with the American Martial Arts Alliance and Elite Publications, is to really take the advantage of the technology so that we can now promote the martial artists. We don't just focus again on the martial arts. We're just launching a new program this year, which will be focused on colleges and high schools about their alumni books. That's legacy. So anything that's dealing with legacy, preserving legacy, is where Elite Publications is going. So we got several high schools reunions that are looking to use our book as a compilation book for people to tell their story in and to support what they're doing in their communities. And the Metaverse Museum is very exciting because you can have 50 people in the museum at one time, and it's also interactive. So, and once you put the VR glasses on, you can actually walk around in the museum and touch things. And from your laptop, you can click on so like a magnifying glass, and it'll actually take you over to another page. And on that page, you'll have the person's bios on there, their videos are on there, their photo galleries on there. So just like a real museum, of course, you're not able to pick it up and touch it and move it around, but you can interact in there. And so just like our program tonight, we can actually launch and broadcast that into the museum. So we're really looking to, help people learn how to preserve their legacy. Now, we're that sort of that generation that's at the break of technology. And so how do we preserve the Alan Goldbergs? How do we preserve the other dynamic people than to have them in a museum where they can have the photographs of their artifacts of what they want to do?
Nice. What would you say is the one publication that you have that has the largest circulation?
I would say the book, the Chuck Norris book, back in 2002. We published the Chuck Norris book. It won the International Impact Award. It won several other awards because Chuck Norris is the tribute person on there. That book has about 560 pages. That is the largest book that we've actually produced. Again, with the stories, the biographies of individual. Then we come to I would say the Bill Wallace book. We have a book that's the tribute to Bill Wallace, and then we have the Cynthia Rothrock book, which is the tribute there. And the book that we did this year, we did a great job that we brought back on the cover everyone that we paid a tribute to. That book made an international bestseller in over 40 some different categories in 4 different countries. And then it became a top seller in something like 40 different categories, and again in 4 countries in that. So it had 100, I think it was an even 100 personal achievement as being number 1 in that. So it was really great in its turn. And what we're trying to do is to really help martial artists to understand the power of publishing, because it's a revenue generating base. So, teaching your martial arts is one way to create revenue. And you have to realize sometimes this is very difficult for martial artists to understand that, earning revenue, monetizing your business, the short word, making money, is important if you run a business. And I always try to say that if you have a tax ID number, you're in business. And so, but running your classes is different than your business, because whatever you do in your classes, that is your teaching, that is your product. Your business is what creates the revenue. And when you create enough revenue, then you can do whatever you like. So we've come up with these different tools. We now are offering a certification for public speaking. So individuals that want to get involved in corporate trainings and things like that, we have online courses that they can do that. But yeah, we've had a great run of publishing, and now we're in teaching people how to publish, how to not just publish a book, but how to monetize their book and become a bestseller, especially on platforms like Amazon.
Well, and people don't realize too, you got to spend a little money to do stuff. That's one thing that bothers me with the martial artists a little bit is I get it. Everybody wants a deal. But, the truth is it costs money to put this stuff together. A lot of money, okay, and a lot of time. So if you really weigh what you're getting for the product and all the stuff that comes with it, almost your personal attention, it's actually quite reasonable if you really look at it. So that's my take on everything with the book, because people have to realize that sometimes you have to invest in yourself in order to do the things that Jessie is talking, and you can't expect him to do it for free. So that's my rant.
Well, I agree 100%.
Right? Because I love the martial artists, and I love, everyone, but everybody wants something for free. They want a deal. And, unfortunately, it's just, you can't do that. Everyone has to make a living and feed themselves. And I actually think you're pretty reasonable if you really weigh against what you are offering to be in that book, to get a cover and the mentorship to how to work and network with your individual gyms and training centers and how to branch out individually. That's all you get that all with Jessie. It's not just like, here's money, here's a picture, and here's my bio. It's a lot more than that. And I just wanted to make that, set that record straight. So.
Well, I appreciate that. And that's the reason why I always believe in value. But you have to take the advantage of value. Just like with Sifu's event, that is a value-based event. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I've got my award behind me, and this award here is for excellence in publishing. So this award, I've got press releases out there. Everyone knows that Sifu Goldberg the largest event in the country, has recognized us for the excellence in publishing.
In the world, in the world, not country.
World, that's right.
I just went
that way. That's exactly right. So again, we look at credibility factors, but this award is zero good unless I use it. It's good for my ego, but for when people want to know about my service and the things that we offer, that we have award-winning services. That's the reason we're always putting our books out in book competitions. Our authors, we're always putting them out so they can gather their name and that they can get their name out. So because this opens doors to coaching opportunities, when your students come in and they see that you're recognized, by an organization for your contribution. But if this is somewhere sitting at home and nobody gets a chance to see it, then it's a giant paperweight. So that's what we're trying to help martial artists and individuals and business owners learn, that by being featured in your magazine or being featured in a magazine, now this is a great way to be able to promote yourself and gain the credibility, because especially in the martial arts business. So the martial arts business, a parent comes in, they're looking at, there 20 schools they've called, who are they going to select? And they're trying to find that one thing that meets what they're looking for. And, a book's a great way. You want to do children's program, then write a book, Good Behavior Through Martial Arts. So that's a great title. I hadn't thought about that. But write a book on it, because guess what? It makes you an authority. And when you publish and you write a book and you're an expert, then your services are worth more. So your value of your service. So if you think, and again, the value of my service is based on what I think it is. So if I think it's $50 a month, then that's the value of my service. If I think it's $300 a month, that's the value of my service. So, you want to be able to understand that your life, the life you live, your experience can help others. And again, you can, write if you just want to start a nonprofit or just want to, be able to help someone through your story. Now that is powerful. Everyone has a story where something is happening in all of our lives that we can learn from and we can share with others.
Wow. Ross, do you have any questions? I mean, I got a million, so I don't want to walk over you because I could talk to Jessie all day long. So
batter up. Go ahead, Des.
So Jessie, you'll be at the event with we're celebrating, for the big event coming up, and you'll have a booth and everything. So people that are interested in talking to you, that would be a great time to come and talk to you and see everything that you got. I mean, you'll have all your books, you'll have all your information. I mean, like you said, this is a huge deal. It's also people understand too is networking wise, you're dealing with the people behind a lot of the stars. Like this event isn't just like the main stars. You're dealing with the people that are in the business, the people that make these stars, that make these martial artists. And I always tell people when I go meet stars, I actually look to see who's behind them, because I know that's the one that's important, to put it bluntly. But yeah, what a great event. And you have a magazine coming out in a week or two?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And now is this a first issue or an issue that's already, is this a new magazine or an existing magazine with another issue coming out?
No, we launched the magazine back about 2 years ago. The martial arts, that was one of our 50-year book. That's what it was titled, was Martial Arts Extraordinaire. And we fell in love with the name, so we decided to do a magazine. And the magazine is really to support our inductees, the people that are inducted into the AMAA Hall of Honors, to promote them. So we have turned that into a award-winning magazine. It's on Amazon. So if you're looking for the magazine, past editions, you can go to Amazon. You can Google my name and find pretty much all the books and magazines we have up there. Excuse me. But yes, it will be coming out about another week, and this is going to be the wrap up of 2020. 2020 for the event in Charlotte. We have articles by our inductees. We've actually done something really unique with the magazine, is that we can personally brand the covers. So we have a cover that's coming out, but for our inductees, if they want to promote themselves, they can have a personalized cover. And so what we do is set up the magazine. Any sales from it, they keep all the revenue from the sales of the magazine. So that's something really different. And plus, we're giving them, they get 2 months of free Roku channels when they come on. So that's really something, a big bonus for them.
Well, exactly. And that's actually pretty, people don't realize it's expensive. So that's actually a pretty good deal to get 2 months for a free Roku. We have similar programs on ours, and it is a really good tool. I mean, because you're getting your audience more than just social media. You know, people just think social media is everything, but it's not. Social media is such a small part of the business. You know, Facebook, you know, and Twitter, you know, all that stuff. It's not Roku. It's a whole different ball game being on Roku. You're on that elite level, and then the only level after that is network TV. So, and to be honest, like my channel, might be bought out with somebody that, you know, might offer you some money and take you to the next level. So, you're starting out in a way where it could basically just go, who knows where it can go. I'm super excited for you, and your new stuff that you're doing. So, what would you tell people why would they want to watch you?
Well, because our channel is a wide, diverse of programming. So we have probably I think it's about 8 different programmings, you know, because I do the Martial Arts Extraordinaire podcast, and that is a video and audio that's on Spotify, that's on Audible, so many platforms that's on, and that's on our channel. We also have to become an author. So each week we interview an author that we have published or something's going on. We have Dana Abbott, who has a channel, swordsmanship channel on. And then, of course, we have Joe Corley, PKA. We have right now playing on the Roku channel is the seminars and events from August from the AMAA Hall of Honors. So the Bill Wallace seminars playing on there, Cynthia Rothrock seminars playing on there, my seminar, the awards banquet, the ring press. So everything we did that weekend, we recorded. And then we have the bonus that we did an online Hall of Honors. So I generally do 2. I generally do the Hall of Honors. Then about 4 weeks later, we do the virtual version so everybody can come on and speak. You know, so they send in their videos. We publicize that. So they get 2 chances to promote themselves. And so they can take the videos and share it with their students and parents and see that they're a part of something that's really large and it has a great opportunity. Our online event generally runs for about 8 hours. And, you know, because we actually this year, we had a seminar from a jiu-jitsu person out of Brazil. We had that was a kata person out of Brazil. Then we had a jiu-jitsu person. Then we had a sport karate seminar. And we had 3 online. 2 of them were pre-recorded. 1 of them was live seminar online. So people had a chance to come in and get some, you know, input and some information. So, you know, we're doing the same thing with our virtual events that we could do with our live event, except touches. You know, touching is off limits.
Well, and it's as long as you have Roku, the app is free. So it costs you nothing to download the app. You know, that's what's so cool about it. So so I just wanted to point that out. There's no fee. As long as you have Roku, you can download that app. And it's pretty cool. It's actually different than mine, but you know, there's like I tell people, there's plenty of room for all of us to cross promote, like we're doing with our magazines. Our magazine's coming out January 1st. Yours is coming out next week or so. And then the books with Alan Goldberg, you are taking what, a couple more weeks? We're building that.
So we have folks that would like to be featured. Michael Disquali. This is the second book that we've actually featured him. And so we wanted to make sure that people last year did not get a chance to get into that particular book and celebrate his life. Then they have that second chance to be able to do that. So they've got about one more week. That shuts down, so we can make sure we have the books available for the event. And we're also releasing one of my books, and that is the martial arts. This is the Elite Martial Artists Worldwide. We've been doing Elite Martial Artists in America. There's 2 volumes of that book. So we decided since we're an international company, that we expanded that out. So this year we have co-authors in the book from Australia, from Canada, and also from Brazil. So we're really reaching out of what it is that we can do to reach people, build relationships, because of the pandemic, we've all learned to utilize Zoom and other platforms to connect with the world. So that is the blessing, in that the silver lining and all of that is that we have come out because we have the technology that we can react, and we work with people, no matter where they are in the world. As long as they've got internet access to our Zoom, our StreamYard, whatever, then we can make a connection, and that connection can extend to the world.
Wow, that's really fantastic. That's quite progressive. Very nice, very nice. So if someone wanted to get in touch with you and they want to talk about getting into your book, what would you tell them to do?
Well, you can always go online. That's the Action Martial Arts History.com, I think is the link, and click there. You can always go to elitepublications.org, and there you can message me there. You can actually go right to my page and message me on my page and let us know. So I'm going to be doing another really big push this next week of trying to contact people. I really hate for people to show up at the event and the book is there and they go, "Oh, I didn't know about this." And we've been working and trying to, let everyone know that this is what's happening now. Of course, we said this is book number 5. So to letting, people know, think about it. The Action Martial Arts Hall of Honors, the mega event. And, you're there and you get an award. This is a great opportunity. And now think about it. And we have a marketing program that I guarantee folks, if you're in our books, I guarantee you, if you own a martial arts school and you charge at least $100 a month, I guarantee you our marketing program will generate $10,000 of revenue. I mean, for that little bitty amount that you actually invested in that marketing of putting yourself in a book, to be able to get $5,000, $10,000 of revenue back from that, then I look at magazine and book marketing, is a great tool. I look at book sales as one thing, but I look at what books, the revenue that books bring in. So, for an example, if I have a book, and now I send it to someone if I wanted to do a coaching job, and they say, "Well, listen, this is great. Will you come in and teach a self-defense program? Will you come in and coach?" And so generally you would say, "Well, yeah, I'll do it for $300. But you now are featured in a book. You have a book. You can now say, "I'll do it for $2,000. So that's the difference in, being a published author. Another good example is check out the news. You can go to Fox News or CNN. Everybody has a book.
Right.
If you don't have a book, it's like you're not an expert, so you can't get on the program. So that's what we really want to share with martial artists is that, the power of being published in a book and how it can influence your community. I've given books to my banker. I get a book, come out, take and give it to it. Why? Because when I need something or something is coming up, he's there to support me. And so again, who do I want to partner with? That I had a client about a week ago to release a book, and they got a job offer, for about $50,000, and it was the book that made the influence of the company making the decision to hire them. So it's not always about how many books I sell, but my giant business card. Who does it influence in doing that?
Let me ask you a question. What qualifies a person to get into the book?
Well, for Sifu Goldberg's book, they have to be an inductee. He's already pre-qualified them. If they are in his Hall of Honors, they've already been pre-qualified. And so if you're not an inductee of the action martial arts, you cannot get in. So this is his book, his event. This is his history book. So it's only there. In the Who's Who Martial Arts book series, basically people will submit are nominated. They submit their bio. We go through and we approve their bios. So I look at every person that's in there. When I do have questions, I will go online and Google it. Or, I also have access to background check things. So if I need to, question someone, about who they are or are they the person that's a good fit for our books, then we can do that. So it's not just a drop in. In today's time, qualifying someone is a tough job because who they were promoted by, self-promoting and all these other things that happen. So you just have to go, now, if you're not a criminal, you're a martial artist, it's a martial arts book. And you'll know right away whether or not the person's going to be a good fit. And the question is asked, do I decline people access? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want to make sure that, the book is a good fit and that the people are in there, they are who they say they are.
Which in the age of internet, it's people can make up a lot of stuff. So you're saying you just can't come up with bullshit. You're gonna check it out. So
all right. We're gonna So people come in, and I think, and people that come in, I think they're very grateful that we do that. That it's not a sign up form. Now, Sifu's book is a sign up form and then everyone that signs up, I send him the names of the people. He verifies that they are actual members of the organization, and that is their approval.
Nice.
Yeah, because he vets everybody before they get an award too. I definitely know that. So
right. So I don't really have to do that. My job is just get their information in there.
It's on Sifu if he messes up. Blame it on Alan Goldberg. So
that's exactly
and that event is January 31st to February 2nd at the Tropicana in New Jersey. So I'm excited about that. It's happening fast.
Yeah. This year is wrapping up.
So Ross, you want to ask him our signature question?
Absolutely. Here we go.
All right.
Every guest that we have on the show, I ask this question. I love this one. Can Jessie Bowen tell us something about Grandmaster Jessie Bowen that most people do not know about Jessie Bowen?
Wow. Well, I would say that most people don't know that I'm a minister.
Okay.
In fact, I did service today. My wife is the pastor of Greater Vision Christian Church here in Greenville. And so I'm finishing my first year, as a minister, and I'm a faith, based person. And again, really trying to share the word in that. So I think, my walk, my spiritual walk and understanding personal empowerment and all those things really go together of how do you get information to people that will help them be better in life. And so I guess that's the new thing over this past year, that what does masters do at the end, because the more you train, you become spiritual.
Well, I know another one. You're a bowler with a 300 ring. Come on, I'm a bowler, so it's got a 300 ring.
Well, that's true. They may not know that I'm a former bowling coach for Duke University, and I'm still a member of the PBA Tour. I'm a professional bowler, and of course, if I do something, there's a book on it. I have a book out on bowling, and the title of the book is Zen Bowling: The Psychology of Better Bowling. So I write a book on everything I do. So I'm waiting to now write the book on podcast. Well, we have a book out on podcasting, and one of the latest books on public speaking is called Public Speaking for Martial Artists. And then we have a book out that is titled Become an Author for Martial Artists. So everything I do, that's why I have so many books, because I'm writing about it. If I have to sit down and write a plan or plan something out, I might as well write a book on it. Why not write a book on it?
Well, my dad checked your book out after our last interview, and he was quite impressed with it because he's a bowler too. He doesn't have the 300 ring. He always gets all the strikes right at the end. He gets to spare. He's been chasing that 300 ring his whole life. I feel so bad for him. But he was pretty impressed with your book. He actually told me you could tell you're a professional. So I'm like, I hope so. But yeah, so that's pretty impressive.
So one of the great things. See, I bowl. Because of technology. And so I actually bowl about 10 games a day in my home.
Oh, wow. Virtual bowling?
Which is VR bowling.
Yeah. VR is the next big thing, people.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said, not only do I use it for the museum, but, I practice instead of going to the gym, going to the bowling center. So, there's a difference, and the difference is the weight of the ball, but for the mental play of the game, so I'm in a league online, so I'm in an online league, I have challenge matches, so I can actually talk to people on there. So for everything that I would do on the lanes, I can do it through VR. Everything from, working on my line, different lane conditions, that's where technology is. And that's the reason why, this year, go to our Who's Who in the Martial Arts page and then click on Metaverse Museum. So you can enter our Metaverse Museum. And I'm generally on there about an hour and a half a day. And people can actually interact with me. So when I see someone coming into the museum, hey, everyone, hey, welcome to the museum. This is Jessie Bowen, and I'm live. And they go, oh, sometimes they go, oh, sometimes people will run away. Oh my God, he's on here. He's actually on here live, so, but it's a great place. A lot of seafood is in the museum. Your major stars that we have are in the museum. So there's just so many things that we can connect with in 2025 to make our lives better. And, publishing your book is one. Now, everybody's looking for a job. How am I going to earn more revenue? You're sitting on a gold mine. Figure out how to tell your story that will inspire other people. That is continual, residual income, especially if you learn how to market your book and market yourself, because nothing just happens. You publish your book, and Amazon has about 4,000 books every week that are published on Amazon, and they all go to the bottom. And what we've developed is the technique and the knowledge that we can guarantee that we can actually, our clients, they launch and become, within 24 hours, I've got them to the top of the list of best-selling books, on Amazon. So, using that And that's the gold mine. You're sitting
Well,
on
and you guide them. Like Lioness, the new book that's dropped. People got to understand. Like you guide them. Like you said, they're not just getting. You're helping them learn how to network it and doing all that stuff. So it comes with you. That's what I want people to understand. You don't just like take money and run away. You develop them, you nurture them. You almost take them under your wing to get them the best results. The Lioness book is the cover is amazing. I'm super excited for her because look what she's doing. And
she was in, and that's what I do. I try to get to if my clients want me to be at their event, to their book signing. So her book signing was last week in Dallas. So I'm in North Carolina. So I came to Dallas to support her event, helped her with her book release, which was totally awesome. Yeah. And last month, I had 4 book releases that I was at all 4 of the releases with our clients to ensure that it was perfect. They had a perfect event that I was there. I'm your easy button. And, if I'm not there, our team members, or you have very specific instructions on what you need to do. So I really want to encourage martial artists is that you have a story. You have something that can help someone else. Not only martial artists, but anyone that's listening to this. You have a story. And you probably always thought that writing a book is out of your reach. But at Elite Publications, we help you decide what it is you want. Not everybody wants to be a superstar. No, whether it's getting out just your memoir to give to your kids. We're now on Audible books, getting our people on Audible books. We're now doing Roku and Wikipedia pages. So, anything that's dealing with how do I get my message out, then Elite Publications, that's what we're really doing. When you say, my goal is that if you say publishing, you have to say Elite Publications.
Yes.
So, that's what my goals are. That's what my goals are.
And you're endorsed by Alan Goldberg himself, and he doesn't just endorse anyone. So I'm super excited to be cross promoting and doing all kinds of. I've known you for a couple years now, about 7 years now. So I'm excited for all the things that I've watched you grow so much in a short period of time. So you definitely know what you're doing. So, but on that, anything else you wanted to say before we wrap up, there, Jesse?
Well, no, I just want to say, thank you for the opportunity. You guys are awesome. And just like with Sifu Goldberg, he's a phenomenal person, a great mentor on event management. He is the granddaddy of all events. And I've learned so much about event promoting, of working with him. And everybody knows Sifu, like you said, if he thinks you're good, then you're good. If he thinks you're not good, you're not good. And so it's really been a truly delight to have him supporting me, reaching out and saying thank you to Joe Corley. We're promoted by the PKA, Professor Gary Lee, the Sport Karate Museum. Last year we did a legacy book for the Canadian Karate Association. The uniqueness of that book, that the book is English and French.
Ooh, cool.
So that was our first project we did, that the bios are in English and French, has a QR code in there that you can scan that goes to our e-directory. You can open it up and their bios in depth is in there, photo galleries, video galleries, and you get there from your cell phone of just scanning the code in the book and being able to do that. But I've had a lot of great people, Jeff Smith, Bill Wallace, Cynthia Rothrock, that have been in my corner supporting me. So it hasn't just been me. It's the quality and the association of people that I have that have a voice. And I'm really, truly grateful for that.
Well, Ross, you want to sign us off?
I was going to say, c'est bon. Anyway, so thank you, Jessie Bowen, Grandmaster Jessie Bowen, for being on our show tonight. I want to thank all of our family and friends and followers for coming to another episode of Action Martial Arts Magazine TV. Till we see you again, this is an Alan Goldberg production.
Bye.